but it said it turned off. But I was having lots of difficulties the whole time. It was a little delayed. So I came back on. I walked away. I was feeding. I put the water in. I made the mixture. I was saying because we were going to put it on vacation mode for the first time. I did not put the fruiting amount of food that I usually put in. I only put in, instead of putting 1 to the gallon, I put about a half to the gallon. So I put half as much. Also, we don't have the 30 plants in here. We don't have 30 fruiting plants in here. So the plants don't need as much as they would need if there were 30 fruiting plants on our garden. So I put a little less. We put our Hydro Boost in. Now we're about to move the plant back on to the garden, back on to um, our lift here. All right, so let's get this lifted up in place. Uh-oh, we forgot a step, a very important step. I hope things are okay. Oh, forgot this step. Now, what else fell? Something just fell also. Oh, it's just the clippers, that's fine. We forgot a very important step, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. Uh-oh, my earrings got okay. Let's place it. There we go. So little clippers fell down. That was what that noise was. The clippers fell behind the garden. So let's go get them. The little hand parts were open, so they closed back when we were carrying it. Oh my goodness, is that a crack? It looks like it. Let's see. Let's wipe this down. Bye. And let's move this over. Okay. So we have our, I want anything to get in there. I'm just gonna wipe it off. That's what I usually do. I take this opportunity to clean up a little. All right, there we go. And now let's sweep around. Push this back to where it was over here. Where is my broom? Here we go, behind me. Oh, there goes the ladybug. So here we go. So I just swept up the mildew. We have a lid here. And we're gonna put our cover on. So now we have everything back to normal. And we are going to add our little covers, cover any open holes because we don't want any algae growing on the inside. So we got a hole there. Yes. All right. We have to take a toddler break. Come on. right, so we're back from my toddler break. And we have our garden put back together. Oh, so that's what I was gonna do. When I do these, especially if we are coming off of we did have some aphids and we had our ladybugs working hard, but we still have our what is this called? Our mildew. So with that being said, since we still have the mildew, I am going to give it a spray, but before I spray, let me cover our openings. So I do have a lot of covers. However, in the wintertime, every single hole is being used. Every single one. There's not one of these holes that are not being used in the wintertime. But in the summer, because it's hot for a lot of the food, it's too hot for a lot of the plants, and I am planting a lot outside. I don't have all the holes filled and covered. So I have to use some additional things, additional covers. I had these covers, I never used not one all winter. Maybe I used one, but I have like 10 of them. But I got them just in case. I was like, sometimes when I'm waiting for the lettuce, if I don't time my lettuce right, when it bolts, I have to transfer it. So that's the only reason why sometimes I have things that are not covered. It's just like one. It's never this many. But in the summertime, since I have so many plants outside, then it is this many. So we are going to do our spraying now, though. Now that we have harvested, so we have a little harvest bowl here, and we've changed our water out. We're gonna give our neem spray to these plants. They are recovering nicely from the issues. However, we are having still the ladybugs don't usually they don't get rid of the mildew. So we still have the mildew here on our collard greens. So we are going to get them together. All right, so we got our neem oil, plants oiled up. And we're gonna head outside. Since the video stopped in the middle, we might as well just do a check-in on some of our plants outside. So we're just gonna check in on them. Maybe we can make some plans for what we're gonna do. Let me get a sip of water, make sure I stay hydrated. Oh, I can't get this water. Let's go quickly to our outside. Daddy. Doors open. There goes our kitty. Come on. All right, come so we can close the door. We're coming out, they're going in. Let's just check in on got a little too much water here for our ginger. But other than that, we had some animals living its best life here with the ginger, taking a little snack. But the ginger is growing well. Had a couple of animals snacking. Let's spray. I didn't expect there to be this much snacking. While we're here, we might as well spray. We have our pepper plant giving us quite a few peppers. We have been harvesting the peppers. This pepper plant is growing. It does need spraying because we do have quite a few plants eating the leaves. As you can see, these are a little translucent. That shows something small snacking. I'm just gonna give it a little spray while we're here. It's about to rain. So let's get out here quickly. All right. Now, these plants, I found out that they can survive in our zone climate. So I'm not gonna have to bring them inside. They've been growing very well and very large. So what I'm gonna be doing is planting them in ground. I'm gonna think about and figure out where I'm gonna plant it. They're definitely gonna be growing in the ground. Out here, I might put it along the fence in the back. But the amount of light it needs, I think that fence should get enough light. The azaleas are in the ideal spot that they should go, but they're there nonetheless. Avocado plant is still, the leaves are still growing. Our mango, very healthy. Our leaves are developing rapidly. Parts of the plant are growing. Same thing with both of our citrus. Our green stalks, however, we do have quite a few bolted lettuce and bolted, what is this called? Basil. So what I'm going to be doing also is transitioning a lot of the things, our summer plants out of our green stalk and switching over to fall plants. Our peppers are going good. Our orange is going good. Our person that was doing a little bit of suffering here was our olive tree. So our olive tree had the snooty. Yes. 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 I see. Thank you. You got headphones out here. Thank you. Get up. Give it to me. Yes. Thank you. There we go. All right. So our olive tree here had the snooty. And it does have, we still have a couple of ants. I still see a few scabs on it. I am going to, there's only a few ants. It's not the thousands that were marching here before. I think in the middle of the week I came out and scraped off some of those bugs and then treated it. You know, I'm going to take some time and treat it right now again, really quick. I just basically scrape it. Any newcomers that have come to reattach themselves to the plant. This plant was doing very well inside. It was growing, it was expanding. We brought it outside and the animals came. The pests came. As soon as we brought it out, we got a lot of mature pests on here. So of course the snooty mold comes from the pests living there. They secrete something sticky, which is where you see the ants. And what they secrete, the mold grows on it. So we're working on getting rid of the pests. Not necessarily the mold itself. It will just come off eventually. We do have it in a much more higher sunlight area. However, they are still growing here. Instead I sprayed, I rinsed, I sprayed, I rinsed. So I'm about to hose them down again and then give them another spray today. Like I think I came at this a couple of days ago, a week ago, about a week ago. I just have this little plastic knife and scrape them off. So it's a lot less than it was. However, it did take a lot of energy out of our beautiful olives. And then when it rains or it's dewy in the morning, which we have a lot of because the weather has been very cool. When it's dewy, it removes the spray. It gives these things a chance. But we wanted it to pollinate, so I brought it outside for some pollination. And, well, everybody came and got some olive nutrients and goodness. This is not too detrimental to the plant, though, however. So at least, it's not damaging in any. Well, it damages a little because it does drain the plant, but it doesn't kill the plant. It's not growing as healthily as it would be. So it's like if someone has a pimple. Yes, it bothers you. It itches, sore, very irritated, but not the end of the world. It's kind of how these are. They're bothersome. It doesn't, it distracts the plant more than enough. It's not functioning at its tip. Yes, Addie. You pulled that off. Don't touch it. It's not functioning as tip top shape, but it's not struggling either. It could be doing better. We want peak performance. We want our plants to thrive. So give it a little scrape. We're gonna give it some water. Then we'll spray. So we're gonna rinse it off and then spray. Let me go get the hose.
Mommy.
All right, let's go. Uh-oh. All right, so we got the water on. We're getting. Then I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna blast it to get some of the mold off. I wasn't doing this earlier. Rain. A little flat. We had a lot of rain, and the plant was getting too much water. So for me to come and hose it down, is making it worse. So I also had to combine the amount of water that the plant was receiving as drinking water. I had to, it's too weak. I had to also balance it. There we go. I had to balance the amount of water that the plant was getting to drink with the amount of rinsing off the leaves. So I didn't want to rinse off the leaves and then the plant was there was getting too much water. It was being overwatered. That was another concern. why I was not just rinsing it. 'Cause we potted this plant up recently, and it was full of water. Right now we're basically rinsing off the mold, rinse the scales. We're rinsing off any issues, some of the issues that the plant has. But of course, once you rinse it off, you have to reapply our oil with another coat. So we're getting the plant rinsed off. Like I said, the reason why I didn't rinse it off the first few times is because there was so much water in the pot. The plant, I was afraid to overwater the plant by doing this.
Go back.
So we are we're trying to blast off as much of those as we can. Blast off as much of the animals as we can and get off as much of the mold as we can. We're just gonna give it a good rinse. You see I'm focusing on stems. That's where they live. They're not living on the leaves. Just the residues on the leaves. And of course, the ants are coming and having themselves a good snack from the sweet residue, and then the mold is growing. So yeah, the ants were the thing that really alerted me to this, because I was like, there's so much ants, and these plants are going back inside very shortly. And if they go inside, I don't want all these ants in my room. Why are there so many ants on there? So I looked into it. I looked carefully, and I saw the ants. All right, there we go. So let's just water the plant in general, since I gave it a good water. Might as well give it a good rain. A nice quick rain. I still see some of the stuff living on it. So let's power that off.
No.
Yes. It's getting a rough rain. But again, I'm not aiming this at the leaves. I'm focusing it on the trunk of the plant.
No,
that's where a lot of these animals are living and growing.
No.
Need some water. I give it good watering. I haven't really been giving it good watering because it's been raining more than the plant usually takes in. So of course, as you can see, I give it let it fill up just a little bit. It's one of the things we put in the chair when the chair leans, the water kind of pools on one side. It's okay. I rotate the plant in the container. You see get some of these leaves going. All right. So that is our snooty mold update.
No,
And I'm going to.
Mom.
Yes, Addie?
And that Mom.
She wants to water the plant too. All right, so let's let it drip a little bit. All right. I'm going to let it dry for a little while. Let it dry off before I apply the spray. So let it dry a tad bit more than it is now. Here's my little tool here. Awesome. See some more. That up, stop it. Give a little scrape. Help aid them get off quicker. You could just wait for them to, suffocate from the oil. But, this is also, we're doing both. Because they've been here, you can see they're like at the joints of where new leaves would have been growing. All that's where new leaves would have been growing. And I was wondering, I was like, I don't see any new formation on this plant. And inside, in the winter, there was lots of new formations. Everything was coming in new. It was doing well. So I was very surprised to see that there was nothing new forming, and it's outside, getting all the sunlight, getting everything. There should be things developing. What's happening? What's going on? So yeah, see, they cluster where a new branch would have came out. So they are taking the nutrients from new growth.
see.
which is bothersome to me.
Yeah.
So we are gonna let a little bit of breeze blow in the area, and once the little bit of breeze blows, let it dry just a little bit, not fully dry, but just let the wind blow, so that I can then add the oil, and the oil is gonna go directly on the plants.
Mommy.
I think I might get that, come back for that one. I think it needs to dry a little longer, but this is it rinsed off. Yes, Addie.
Oh, what
Yeah, because you sprayed the water. This is the plant here. As I said, we're doing a lot better, but it is still healthy. Nevertheless, it's still a very healthy plant, regardless of the situation. I also see this growing on other plants. Back there we have on our shrubs, but the shrubs aren't giving us olives to add to our salad and our food and make some nice, wonderful oil. So that's more of a concern here. Let's continue on. I'm going to come back and spray here at a later time. As I said, well, it's best to spray the plants in the afternoon before the sun gets too hot. I know for today is not going to be a sun too hot day, so I'm going to let the plant dry off, and then before the sun goes down, we come back, we hit it with our neem oil, drench it with the neem oil, and give it a couple of days and check in on it. But it is a citrus problem. So just in general, I've been just giving our citrus just a little sprinkle of neem oil just to keep them from the danger. Since we have a citrus grouping of plants, we have quite a few citrus plants growing here. So I do give them a little oil treatment. We have some of our peppers growing. We have our chocolate colored peppers growing. They look beautiful on our green stock. And let's go to our key lime and give it some spray here. See how it's doing. Seems to be doing pretty good. Got some yellow leaves. It was getting a little too much water from the rain, but it's doing good. And we have our this Roma tomatoes also growing. I'm gonna take that one inside today. But stay tuned. Again, as I said, I knew it was a lot that we have to do today. We are going to be getting our green stock ready for fall and adding our fall plants to our green stock so they can grow through. And our other plans are to get this plant, got some more growing here, but to get this hibiscus growing in on the other side, getting this hibiscus into in-ground because it is growing huge. It is outgrowing the pots again. It's okay, we'll them in pots then, but at least for the year, I want to get them. This is our other citrus plant. So yeah, so I try to get the neem on the citrus. The citrus is more susceptible to the snooty problem. So I'm verdant. Also, the AV gardening, that $100 hydroponics, which we were doing earlier, and below for more information. Again, visit me at AV gardening and join the cultivators at patreon.com. Thank you very much for joining, and I will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Stay green always. Bye. Bye.